the Splatoon community hates a lot of weapons. Blah blobber, Clash Blaster, but none have been more prominent of just hated by the community than Tri Slosher. So today, I'm going to talk about that. So, the Tri Slosher as a main weapon, its goal is to get consistent trades. Basically, a lot of players will play like a Carbon, use Ninja Squid, come out of nowhere with its huge hitbox, and two-shot you, just like that. And if you phrase it like that, you understand why people don't like Tri. The main weapon itself is medium weight, so it's not like the fastest thing in the world. It's fast enough. The main issue is people always talk about how there isn't a lot of aim required to get the direct. And a lot of weapons that are like this, right? And they're big hitbox. A lot of them have an indirect where you can do like 30 damage, an indirect, where it doesn't do the full two-shot. Tri does not have that. Tri has this big two-shot radius. And sure, the range is not that good. By jumping, you can outrange most short-range shooters. And you can start to see why people hate Tri Slosher. I myself have been a Tri Slosher main since 2019. So, I have switched weapons, but I've always at least had Tri as a pocket for a very long time. And today, I'm going to talk about why people hate it, the various reasons people have hated Tri, and I'm going to defend the point that Tri is not no skill. Because anything in the video game is skill, but we're going to talk about why people think it's no skill. So, starting with the debate of it having no aim, right? Like, to be fair, I do get where this comes from, because obviously there are no indirects and it has a huge hitbox. But a lot of Tri players are just at higher level. People are just gonna kite you, and there's kind of nothing you can do. Take, for example, the vanilla Tri Slosher in this game, right? It does not have a bomb. So when you're firing at people, right, and they're not in your range and you don't have a jet, you can very easily just get kited by someone who backs up and shoots you. Think of it how rollers will just roll in turf war, and a lot of players just back up and shoot them. So at higher level, Tri just immediately, you are more reliant on a good kit for the main weapon, because the main weapon isn't as reliable when you fight against players who actually know how to back up and kite it. So it's not as no skill, because as people say, because there is a higher level of play where people have seen Tri Slosher, they know where it's capable of, and they're very easily able to counter it. A lot of shooters, usually with Tri, what you'll want to do is you'll want to jump when you fight shooters, because when you jump, that's like better range than stuff like Splash and Zap, I believe. And definitely V-Shot. You can back up and shoot it, right? But if you're not, the shooter could easily shark around you and kill you. So, Tri isn't this invincible. It may be at lower levels. A lot of casuals do dislike Tri, just generally more than comp players. And not necessarily because there are just more casual Splatoon players, but more because at higher level, it is also just, or lower level, it is, a lot of players don't know how to kite back and get it. So it can be very frustrating to fight. Now let's see, one of the most memorable things about Tri Slosher is back in Splatoon 2. This weapon was fucking busted at launch. The original meta for Splatoon 2 was triple vanilla Tri Slosher and I believe vanilla rapid. Editor, tell me if I was wrong on this. If it was like fucking, what was the other rapid? I don't know if it's the second kit. Regardless, right? The vanilla rapid triple Tri meta was kind of like the splash in machine, double splash, double machine, where like Nintendo was desperately trying to fucking kill it, because if only like 2 weapons are viable, then that's just not a good game. And Vanilla Tri Splatoon 2 had Burst Bomb Ink Armor. So you have arguably the best special in Splatoon 2, and definitely the best special at launch. And what you would do is you would pop Ink Armor, and then just double burst. You could spam burst bombs to make up for the weapon's range, similar to Fizzy does on the Nov kit in Splatoon 3. You could just spam burst bombs, have the best special in the game, and you could see why people really didn't like that meta. So Nintendo killed it. Similar to Machine, they just fucking killed it, but even worse than Machine, Tri was borderline unplayable for a good bit after it was originally meta because of just all the nerfs, and Nintendo had to slowly ease it into being what it is. So Tri didn't really become meta again until Splatoon 2 or Splatoon 3, I mean, and not even launch Splatoon 3, because this thing had Jet, which was pretty underpowered at launch. So although this kit is very good now, because Jet is the best special in Splatoon 3, at launch, people kind of memed on this kit, because Jet was not very good, and it was the only tri-kit since Splatoon 1 not to have a bomb. So it was just kind of shit on. And arguably why, because it's arguably fair, because Jet was not very good at launch. And in Splatoon 3, I think a lot of players just don't hate Tri as much because it's a necessary evil, alright? Tri is like one of the most played weapons. Fizzy Cooler on the Nov kit is just such an amazing kit for the weapon, which nobody even saw coming at launch, because Cooler was just not that good. But Tri is 2 of the best specials in the game. This kit is a lethal bomb that it can just spam, which sometimes makes it so you can't kite Tri, because it would just be sitting here spamming Fizzy bombs. Especially with LDE, you can double Fizzy, and you're just sitting there being spammed with Fizzy bombs, and you can't even approach the main weapon itself. Plus it has Cooler, so if you want to, you can just kind of, alright, you see this dummy here? This is what the average Tri will do with Cooler, right? Let me just get a Cooler real quick. The average Tri Nog can just like fucking pop Cooler, right? And then just rush into another player. And you'll just get a free trade with really fast respawn, and you'll keep any special gauge you have with very little consequence. So yeah, Tri is good in this game, right? But it's one of the weapons that Nintendo isn't afraid of nerfing. So I really, you know what? For me, I understand for the casuals and the comp players who hate Tri, but just for me, Nintendo, can you pretty please not nerf this thing? Please? Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Oh, no, not doing that. I'm not bringing my rank down to B. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed, comment, Tri Slosher is widowy no skill, because it widowy takes zero skill to use. It's widowy no skill. I widowy hate Tri Slosher. Alright, bye.